You're going to use the live camera to look at yourself live? All right. Well, hey, you guys. Welcome to another edition of the Sesh Connection. Joining me today is our guest, Brandy. She's reviewing beer and cannabis products with me. Hey, Brandy. Welcome to the show. How you doing? Good evening. Of course. Brandy likes beers just like me. She likes actually the wacky ones that I keep telling you all that I don't particularly like anymore, although I will talk about a sour a little bit later that blew my mind. So she's here to talk, like I said, beer and cannabis with us. So let's see, earlier in the week, we celebrated Baltic Porter Day at my local favorite brewery. It's Renegade Brewery. It's right down the street from here on 9th and Santa Fe here in Denver. Of course, those of you that didn't celebrate with us last Thursday, January 18th, we're going to pour a glass and relive our awesome tasting experience with you here live today. Should I break that out now then, Brandy? Yes, I even have your tasting glass, too. I love the cans that they have. It does say, enjoy with friends. Enjoy this with a friend. This was our Baltic Porter that we got from Renegade. It's actually called the Matte Finish. Why is it called a matte finish? Is it like not shiny and glossy? Just can't wipe it. That's right. It's just matte. It looks fantastic. Look at that matte finish on there. Your tasting glass over there. Mine's a good. Right. You guys will learn about that in a little bit. I promise. That wasn't just a shot in the dark of wording from me. So, of course, we want to let you guys see what these beautiful little pours are. It is a nice, dark brown color. I think I always look for distinct tasting notes in a Baltic Porter, like notes of like caramel, chocolate, maybe some stone fruits, like maybe like a Bordeaux cherry or something. Yeah. Even like hints of vanilla, a little toasty, some coffee notes, and even like every once in a while I look for a little bit of anisette. And I hate black licorice, I really do, but for some odd and unknown reason,
are there a lot of beer that are brewed with that?
So I don't know that many are brewed. I think that what you'll find me saying a lot, and you'll hear this from a lot of other people, and I caught this one from a wine connoisseur, you would say. When I say that I smell something, it might not actually be what it's brewed with, but that's the notes that I'm getting off of it. I say a lot of beers have an apricot taste, like a lot of light beers will have an apricot taste on the back end. That's a taste that just is very familiar with me. Yeah. So, I'm always like, oh my God, I taste apricots in that. And everyone's like, yeah, that's a strawberry blonde. I don't know what the fuck you're tasting, but I swear there's apricot in there in my taste. So, I do in a lot of stuff. I smell like an anisette. I smell like Paran, like things like that. It certainly doesn't disappoint with that great dark like color to it. It has even like a nice deep smell. You can smell the caramel.
Definitely spicy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with you. I smell some vanilla in there as well. Absolutely. Like really heavy, malty flavors. That anisette on the back end. You can taste that on the roof of my mouth there. But it's nice and hot. It's nice and smooth. It's not hoppy. It actually doesn't have like any of a hop taste.
Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you think about it? When you get these tastes? It is definitely dark. You know that I stay away a lot of times from darker beers. But what do you think about it?
It's smooth. I didn't think that it was more discovered that it's not air now.
What else? Do tell. Yeah. What did you discover, my friend?
Yeah, I kind of researched the brew a little bit, and I thought that it's more of a lager.
Okay.
Similar to a Russian stout.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I get spiciness all the time whenever I drink an imperial stout. Really, really do. Yeah, I always taste cinnamon. I'm like, oh, that's got cinnamon in it. And there's cinnamon.
What is the alcohol?
Oh, that is a good question. Did they write that on there for us? Oh Lord, it is 7.4%. 7.4. Yeah. That's right. Before you have to go to work, get you a matte finish Imperial or Baltic Porter rather over at Renegade. It'll definitely help when you're in between work.
That's really good. I would crave it.
Mm. I think that when we were there, I had 2 of these. I think I gulped these the hell down, didn't I?
Yes.
I did. Yeah. They went down really smooth, guys. Dangerously delicious. Renegade, we absolutely really do love this. And you know that I always go to you guys for a check pills. What is that? I always get the vibe check. Love their vibe check. But holy hell, I'll probably get this more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed like the foods that we're good with.
Okay.
Barbecue. We don't eat Buddha or
Myself because I'm sad and lonely, and eat my chocolate and drink my beer. Yay! And the dog chimes in. Look at that. He always has to get his 2 cents in, guys. You saw the picture last week. If I'm not doing the show, he's doing it for me. So while we're drinking these, we did go. Well, I apologize, you guys. I went and visited another brewery this past week. Sorry, Brandy, I went without you. I do apologize. This is terrible. I'll do better next time. But I went to Old 121 Brewery, and it's actually located right on Wadsworth in Lakewood. In Lakewood, yeah. And as a matter of fact, the beer tender there, an incredibly nice person, gave me the business card. So they're actually at 1057 South Wadsworth Boulevard. Oh. Yes. Mm-hmm. Wow. So also, as you can see, the name is Old 121. So they just had an event on 121 yesterday, as a matter of fact. You guys, I went there. The place was packed with people. They had a food truck. They had really good deals going on. I saw somebody from GABF that when I worked there in September. It was really great to just run into people that you know. That was really, really cool. So that was great. They actually released their Doppelbach, which I actually got a taste of that a week prior to it being released. Because I was there and I asked for it. Because I'm VIP. But no. So I tried the Doppelbach. They did release a black IPA, which you guys know I stayed away from. But yeah.
What do you know what was in the box?
Probably black IPA ingredients. Yes.
Let's check out the brewery.
That's right. They actually
Oh,
they had this Golden Solara sour, which was fabulous. It was the funk that you desire in a good funky beer. I am the kind of person that the funkier the better. So I would be the type of person that if you're looking to get those yeast, those specialty yeast and stuff to put in your beers and everything, oh my God, go into an old farmhouse or something and just let whatever's there drip into a bucket for a year. That's how I feel, and I'm sure it would be super funky and go brew that shit. I just love a good funky taste. I know that sounds terrible, and I'm not a foot person, but I swear if it smells and tastes like a foot for some odd reason, I'm all about this beer. It's weird.
Have you brewed your beer before?
I have not. I got an X, one of those Mr. Beer brewery things a long, long time ago. And it just, I want to say he tried, but somehow it ended up in the back seat of a car and it sat there for a very long time. And I'm pretty sure it spilled out.
Oh,
so I don't even know why it ended up in the back seat of a car. I really don't. One brews in a home, nowhere mobile, really. But that ended up like that. And then I bought. It's a mobile brew lab. And then I bought one that was that was supposed to be done in buckets. I got it at the Ark. I'm pretty sure it was missing pieces. So it never got brewed into, but I did carry it around for many, many years from apartment to apartment, never using it. But I had it. That's what counts. That's what counts. So you know what? Before we get into tasting the next one, I really do. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a taster of the Doppelbach from 121, but I did get to taste it. And before we go and get into the next thing, I really just want to tell you guys, it was super delicious. I highly recommend going to taste it. It had a nice deep amber color to it.
What color?
It had this light smokiness on the back end that was really nice. Fantastic toasty notes. It had, the pour was actually it showcased a really thick and creamy, lightly caramel colored foamy head. And that's, to me, that's what really helps and makes a beer. I mean, I talk about a slow pour pills, because what gathers and what settles in the head of that foam eventually trickles down with all that flavor and taste into your beer and just makes it more and more flavorful. So the idea really isn't to go ahead and drink a beer as soon as it's poured.
Yeah.
Let that head come down and let all those flavors gather and get themselves into the beer.
Yeah.
There's really no rush. The beer is a beautiful thing, and it should be treated like it's a beautiful thing to look at, taste, and desire. So I really, really liked it. It had these sweet aromatics, again, like cinnamon.
Yeah.
I definitely got some allspice in there as well. There's I always get, like I told you, flavors on dark beers. It's a good balance of like, spice and floralness.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. And we're not talking like funeral parlor notes. Like it just had these really great, like really great flavors and smells to it. I really enjoyed it. So let's finish up these little bad boys, and we will get on to the 121 lager.
The 121 lager.
You can say that. It's me we're talking about. I'm sure it's like. So, all right. I have to be 100% honest with you folks. When it comes down to it, I swear, I didn't even see that it said that it's like a light crushable Pilsner. I swear I didn't see that it said Czech Pilsner on it. When I first saw Old 121 Lager when I walked into the brewery, I was like, oh, I'm going to try something different, and I'll be able to show this on the show, and nobody will think that Tracy's just bringing Pilsners to the game. And then it said Pilsner. It's true. That's true.
Yeah, like
it's true. That is true. Very true. So yeah, nice and light in that color for sure. We'll get this up to you guys in just a second to show you. In the meantime, you can even see like it's got this really nice foamy head going on there. Nothing too thick. It's definitely dissipating fast. It's lightly bubbled. Yours has a little bit less head on there just to kind of show. And so, yeah, nice light colors on that one. Really pretty. And
not too heavy.
No, not at all. I would say more of like a nice light golden color to that. Fresh and refreshing, crispy smell to it, you know?
You mow the lawn.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know.
Or snowboarding.
You know, people mow the lawn, they go into the fridge, they're not looking to grab an ice cold glass of water. They are looking to grab an ice cold, crisp porch pounder or crushable Pilsner kind of beer. Mm-hmm.
I think those are called.
But seltzers are, well, what you're getting off of that by thinking that it's a seltzer is the effervescence of the bubbles.
Yeah.
They're really quick, they're really bubbly, they're really fast, and they're right on the tip here. So they're hitting your mouth really fast like a seltzer typically would. So this is, you know, it's more, and you can see with the bubbles coming up in there, it's definitely more carbonated than like a heavier lager or stout. You taste a little bit of crisp apple on there? Okay. Definitely, you know. Yeah, I can smell a honey crisp in there for sure. And again, that also means that she's kind of leading me on a little bit with her flavor profile, and that's okay. Because if that's what she's smelling, that's how I'm relating. And that's how we can go together on those flavors and say, yeah, I do taste that. Yeah, it does taste crisp. And yes, it does taste refreshing. So it's okay to bounce your flavor profile off of someone else. Even if it is a little bit leading, at least it's giving them kind of an idea
kind of like the
of
other
what they
week
taste.
you discussed the beer that she's like,
Oh, yeah. I just,
but I'm going to try this one. That's my favorite spice. No, you don't like it?
Right. I described a cannabis today, actually, to somebody that when I opened the bag to them, with the profile notes I gave, I said it smells like a funeral meets a freshly vinyled new pool. And you really could, like, he was like, oh my God, I do smell fresh vinyl.
Yeah.
You probably not me. I promise you we didn't grow that weed in vinyl, but it smelled like a fresh vinyl layered pool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it smelled like you just put that liner in, just heated it up, and it pressed right up against the side of that bowl, and you're all set to fill it up. It smelled just like that. I'm like, this probably isn't the kind of weed I'm gonna smoke, and I didn't. I didn't.
They're like, not for me.
No. So yeah, so I mean, this again, you guys, really nice and light. She's right with that kind of appley kind of thing in there, and it's funny because I said the profile of like Honey Crisp, and I think that's also because in that back end I do get a little bit of like a light honey on there, you know, a little sticky on the back end, a little light honey. That's kind of what I'm getting off this. But overall, like a beautiful, nice light beer. Again, crushable, just like it said on its profile.
Did you buy more?
I did. I bought a 6-pack.
Yeah.
So yeah. So this is, like I said, this is the old 121 lager. It's a 5%er, and it is a Czech style pils. So far as also, you guys know that in our other 2 episodes, we were actually profiling German pilsners. So we definitely checked out something different this time, and that's a good kind of note to kind of keep with that you're trying a different type of pils.
Yeah.
Because again, you might find like in the next check, you might find something very similar to your previous one. Maybe it is as effervescent as most are. You know,
Yeah.
you just never know. So. Very enjoyable. Absolutely go and get one of those. You guys, the next thing I picked up over there, you know, this one is not a Czech style pilsner. This is again an old 121. Yeah. The next one I picked up from there is going to be their winter lager. I think I went really well with picking this one because A, wintertime, B, with what we're going to describe the taste as and how you're going to like it or what you might like about it, I could definitely see like going on the ski lift, getting a couple rounds down, and you know, absolutely going in and chilling with a winter lager of some sort. This is actually a 5.1% that we're going to be trying next. It is described actually as crisp and toasty, with a hint of sweetness. Sounds like me. That sounds just like I'm crisp. I'm always toasty, and there is just a hint of sweet. Just a hint. Just a hint. My mother rolled me in sugar.
Sugar, spices, and everything nice.
That's right. All right. So definitely a different look on this one.
Yeah.
You're gonna notice right away.
The seasonal winter ales, though, that color
To be a little darker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with
red.
you. So this is the winter lager. It says international dark lager. As I said, it is a 5.1.
Where is it?
That's just their style.
Oh, okay.
Style, yeah. Because it would have to be brewed there at Old 121.
Oh, okay.
The beer burp. But anyway, so the head went down really fast on this, which is fine. Again, it wasn't nice and like it wasn't thick and crispy or anything like that. It dissipated quite fast, which again is fine. You can see that color on there is insane.
Yeah.
We're just gonna let that go, people. That is a phone ringing right now, and if you're anywhere into the realm of Charlie the Unicorn, that is my ringtone.
I thought it was your basement.
Guaranteed that somebody calling in to say something about something. Who knows? We're not gonna answer it. Anyway, back to beer. This is because I got sidetracked and didn't turn off my phone, but that's okay. So, you know, in comparison to what we had before, you know, especially this being the third one in, obviously we started out with something quite dark, being the Baltic Porter. Then we went to something nice and light in color, practically see-through. Now we're looking at something with a lighter color to it. Definitely like a cherry brown. I look at this and I think root beer. You know, it's got like that root beer color to it for sure. Yeah. You know, really nice.
Smell.
Yeah.
It reminds me of wood.
Okay.
Like if it's brewed in the, but not like if it's brewed in the barrel. Or the house we were talking about earlier.
My sad and lonely place?
Yeah.
It's an abandoned shack. It is. Behind a Walmart. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. I smell some like cherry notes in there. Again, stone fruit. Yingling. Stone fruits, tobacco.
Yeah, I can see the tobacco. I can
Mhm.
see like a tobacco woody smell, but when you drink it, definitely a cherry.
Oh,
I don't
God, yeah.
see-
Definitely
it
a cherry in the
smells
back end.
different than
Mhm.
what it tastes like.
If
I would recommend putting it in the appropriate glass. Not saying it's
Right, of course.
No.
Of course. Yeah, you want to drink this style.
Yeah,
I
this is a-
think I want to elaborate on what you had said about certain things about it, but I mean, you said it smelled like wood,
Yeah.
kind of in that sense. I feel like when you sip it and actually drink it, it smells more like, or it tastes more like a fresh fire, like it's burning wood. You know what I mean? Like there's a s'mores effect to it. Like there's a campfire to this.
Yeah.
There really, really is. So I think it lives up by this whole winter lager thing because I definitely, it smells like a campfire. I want to drink it by a campfire.
Like back in the day when you were able to have fire
Right?
in your house.
Yeah. You know, all the, yeah, well,
Yeah.
we can still, look, we'll light a match. I've got candles somewhere. We'll
dark
drink this in front of,
January night.
I've got a fake fireplace behind you over here. And it looks
The
adorable.
Yolo.
No, it's just an electric fireplace, but it
Okay.
looks just like wood is burning. It's really cute, guys. One day we'll show you. I promise. But this beer, all right, so definitely it's got this beautiful, like creamy, lasting flavor to it. Chocolatey. There's chocolate notes in there. There's coffee notes in there.
Definitely
As I
coffee.
said, yeah, absolutely tasting that. Again, this is definitely a drink I want to drink by the fireplace for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
And if you guys are interested in like beer floats,
Ooh.
yeah, like maybe ice cream that might be but not.
You make me want to dip the rim of the glass into like a melted dark chocolate.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's potentially definitely.
Yeah.
But it's not sweet. It's just
Dessert.
like.
I'll take desserty. Desserty is fine with me. Absolutely. Desserty.
Yeah, pretty good. And I like how it smells. Like, every time I drink it, I can smell it.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I'm
really,
telling you,
you
it's
guys, it really
different than what
does.
it smells.
She's right. It's got a great
Yeah.
flavor profile to it. Absolutely. Get yourself a 6-pack of the winter lager over at 121. Like I said, they had their 121 festival just yesterday, so I'm sure they still probably have some really good deals going on.
So
They're-
at their
yeah.
festivals, what was next like bands?
So
Did
no,
they
I mean I
have
say
pop-ups?
festival, but it was just just them having a nice little party. It was their patrons gathering and celebrating their 121 day.
Yeah.
They're dedicated fans. I mean, their patrons were there. It was packed.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the fact that it was packed.
Yeah.
You sometimes see that, you sometimes don't with a brewery event when it's just like just the local people. But there were tons of people there. I enjoyed it. But like I said, saw people that I hadn't seen in a good 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Good.
Yeah. Absolutely, especially people that you only work with for 1 week out of the year, and then you
Yeah.
don't see them for the rest of the year until GABF again. So
Yeah.
it's good to see them sometimes outside of the GABF clothing, and you're like, oh my God, you're a real person. So am I. Like, really nice to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't just talk beer. Oh, thank God. Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
Of course. But I have a desire to talk beer and weed, so I do.
Yeah.
So you guys, while we are enjoying this and drinking this, of course, you know that we're going to segue right into what we do best next, and that is fly out on our non-existent plane and check out which beer we are going to try today from a different country. So let's see, behind me, you can barely see this, guys, I know, and I don't really have that really good of like focus stuff here, but behind me, we have already scratched out Iceland and Italy, and now I've decided to find the tiniest fucking place I could possibly find to scratch out, and that's going to be right next to Italy, right here in this tiny little area called Austria. Oh, thank you, Yingling. So my dog just scratched my back because Lord knows I had an itch right here. So thank you. get back in your. He is in a baby carriage, as I have said this before, guys, and it is adorable. Brandy, is it not adorable?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cute. Yeah, he
Gotta
really
love
is.
the different culture.
Yes,
A lot of these breweries are
it's wonderful. And the ones you can't get a carriage, just like me.
Yeah.
I mean, because every new mom brings their newborn child to a brewery, so I could feel just at home. And I can bring what looks like a newborn baby into a brewery, even though it's a 13-year-old three-legged dog.
You should see how many pictures that I've taken with dogs. Like dogs doing.
As they should. Did you ever hear of the company that's called Beer Paws? They
Yes.
they make a little. It's a beef stock beer. Is really all that it is. It's just beef stock,
Is
but
it for dogs?
it's for dogs.
Have you?
Yeah. I haven't been to that brewery. They were at GABF one year,
Yeah.
and of course I bought a pint
Oh,
of their stuff for the dog. Yeah,
Did they-
he did. He did. I actually poured it into a really nice cognac glass.
Did you try?
I did not.
I didn't.
Want
It's like
It was
bouillon.
beef stock. There were little bouillon cubes in there for
Oh,
sure,
that
or
is
like
so
little
cute.
bits of something brown that weren't, quite
you
happy
got
looking.
that? We do.
I'll find. You know what? I'll find it. I'll order it, and we'll do a dog beer review. I promise.
So you said
Yeah.
we are doing us.
We are visiting the town of Salzburg, and I want to finish that.
Okay.
And
Now
she's lacking. Oh my goodness, lagging. All right. So we are visiting Austria, the fine town of Salzburg. The brewery is Steigl. So
it's light.
it is. It
Not,
is.
That caught me off guard. I was thinking it was going to be like red.
What made you think that? Just the name Steigl. It's from
and then when I
Austria.
think of Austria, it's like,
Gotcha.
I think of petrified, and then I think.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
And I almost
Austrians.
did.
I know y'all report.
I know. Right. We all just don't think, Arnold Schwarzenegger and that's it, I swear. Again, considering Steigl Gold Brow Lager is what we're actually drinking. It's a 5%, and it is actually considered the liquid gold of Salzburg. Yeah. So Steigl Brewery actually was a family-owned brewery founded in 1492. They are the only brewery in Austria that actually that they malt their own ancient grains themselves. Now, I'm not necessarily sure what that means.
Like grains such as the hops and the bars.
Yeah, I when someone says that they malt them themselves, I kind of just imagine maybe
Like a
somebody in
growing.
the olden robes just massaging hops or
Oh, that's
something,
nice.
like in a barrel, just getting them ready. But that's just what I think. But
Austrian monks.
Little
Like
Austrian-
castles.
are there Austrian monks? I mean, is that a real thing? Little Austrian monks in a castle just massaging hops. It
Yeah.
works. It works really well. But but yeah, this looks to be like a light lager. It's got it's a fast, like I said, fast dissipating head. It's still creamy. It's still really thick, but it kind of disappeared pretty quickly while we were talking. I really am. Definitely.
It smells definitely.
Yeah, I get floral notes. I definitely get some floral notes in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a big.
it's crisp with a little sour tinge on the end to me, and I feel like it's really carbonated. I feel those bubbles on the lips like we spoke of earlier, and fastly dissipating on there. Little beer bubbles.
Very.
Yeah, it's light and
Agree.
refreshing. What's that? You think so?
I don't
On the front end, I do. On the back end, I still get that little sour note, little sour tinge that kind of just pulls in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I can't, because usually it's like, it's meant.
Right.
But there's nothing really stunning.
No, I mean it's light golden color to it, more like
Yeah.
a blonde coloring.
Because you would think like the color of it, you would think it would be like ice.
I feel like with that light
But I don't
color,
taste that at all.
I wouldn't expect such a tinge of sour, but such a sharpness
It is
on that
very
front
sharp.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, again, I speak of that in the layman's terms, think of like cheese, sharp versus medium cheddar, things like that. And I'm definitely getting more of like a kind of a medium sharp
That's what I
on
was
here.
gonna say when
It's
you
not
said
like super duper sharp, but it's not dead. It's not a bland sharp. So
that. And it would
yeah.
well if you're
If you're a
apparently
cheese
I am.
person. Apparently she likes cheese.
Talk about
You
cheese.
like a lot of cheese. Next time we'll have to do some cheese on here.
So where do you get
So I actually bought this 6-pack at Bevy's again. I go to Bevy's Liquor World a lot because they have a rather large variety of import beers.
where is that located?
That's actually, they have 2 places. So the one I go to is in Littleton, but they do have one in Parker. Don't get me wrong, I actually even called up Argonaut because I still know some people there that I've worked with in the past that could, yeah, and I know we have some import things there, or at least I know we did. But I was looking for very specific stuff, and they just didn't have that, and that's okay.
No problem.
Yeah. We move on. We'll find a place that has certain things. I was actually looking for an African beer, and I can't find it. I'm looking for Tusker. Tusker.
Really good.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, I absolutely, definitely want to try that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, it's not that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like
Again,
I would drink out of brewery.
Yeah. You
but
seem more of like a darker beer person.
Yeah,
You're not like, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, this shit ain't getting
Don't
the
judge me,
job
everyone.
done. Well, let's see. Steigl.
And it's admirable that they were brewed. Something right.
It's a 5% by volume. 5%. At first, I was reading the wrong thing over here, and I was like, does that say 0.9? It
What
does
are
not.
most of them?
I mean, like 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
So I'm thinking back in Colorado.
So there's
So I'm
actually, well, I'm going to get into this in a little bit because we're going to talk about something in a minute. But there's, 3-2 beer has been a thing for quite some time.
Yeah, you know why they,
Yeah.
you know why. So back in the day, 8, 5, 7. But back in the day,
So long ago, they had
beer-
cigarette commercials done by doctors.
They made, I know. Oh, the other day for that. The 3-2 beer originally came because you could be 18 to buy 3 beer, and so it's also you were able in Colorado. I don't know other state laws that you weren't allowed to buy alcohol on Sunday except for 3-2 beer because of DUI and liability. Sorry.
That happens, people, lots of times.
Yeah. So that's why they decided.
Okay.
And they got rid of it because the alcohol laws changed in Colorado where you can start buying it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also 3-2 beer you could buy if you were under 21, between 18 and 21, you were able to buy 3-2 beer. But then they changed the law for like
Right.
The freshness.
Yeah.
So that's where But I don't know since the laws changed on Sundays.
Yeah.
You can buy 3-2 on Sundays. I don't know if they.
So it's funny, we're talking about older day beers and aging ourselves at this point, and actually coming up on January 24th is National Beer Can Day.
Oh.
So it is the celebration of when the first beer can was released. It was actually released, I wrote some stuff down.
Yeah.
It was actually released in 1935 by the Kruger's Finest Beer Brewery. Some claim that the Kruger family actually signed off of the use of the can for beer in 14 months earlier in 1933. So the claim is 1933 just by the sign off, but the actual release was in 1935. And they actually went through about 4 different stages of the beer can to get to the top that we're at this point in time.
Was this in the U.S.?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, well, they say that Kruger's actually was in New Jersey. However, the release was in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a nice little tidbit too about your 3-2 is that was actually the highest content of beer allowed in 1933.
Oh, because of the alcohol prohibition.
Exactly,
Oh, that is
exactly. Yeah, yep. So yeah. So all in all, you guys don't forget to pick up yourself a can of your favorite beer. Pull back on the highly innovative 4th time's a charm tab top and celebrate National Beer Can Day. Absolutely. Cheers to that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate.
So yeah, Brandy, we're not done with the first segment of our show. How are you liking things so far? How are the beers?
Oh, they're amazing.
Excellent.
Yes, they're so good.
Excellent.
What's the three we tried? So
Yeah.
if you are not into lagers, you have the red ale.
We'll try some.
Or like imperial, Russian imperial stout. But I don't want to say stout was the first beer we tried. That's stout. And
Right.
I read that it was brewed like a lager. And then to go back to the Baltimore Day,
Yeah.
it was founded in 2016, and they celebrate it every third Saturday of January. So in 2025, you have something else.
Nice. Absolutely. Baltic Border Day. Cannot wait. So, you guys, before we head on to the next segment of stuff, it looks like there's still time to grab your tickets for the this year's Winter Brew Fest at Mile High Station. It's going to be January 21st. Get your tickets at events.humantix. That's human, HUMANTIX.com. And then let's see, June 26th from noon to 5. Let's see. Grab your furry boots and your Viking horns, and Ullergras Beer and Bluesgrass Festival in Golden, Colorado is going to take place. Uller being the Norse god of winter.
Good.
So, yeah, apparently they have a little festival in Golden. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, so definitely look into that. I would say, yeah, if I had my fuzzy boots out, I definitely have, it's horrible to say, I definitely have some Viking horns. I have no shame, I would absolutely wear them.
There's no shame in Viking horns.
There isn't, there really isn't. I would love to definitely visit the Ullergras Blues Fest.
And then you said it was Bluegrass.
Yeah, Bluegrass Festival. Yeah. So it's in Golden, Colorado. Like I said, tickets available on Eventbrite.
Okay.
So February 1st, you guys, starts Stout Month. Stout Month. I know, yeah. See, your eyes lit up with that one, didn't they now? Absolutely. Yeah, so find your favorite brewery. I know that there are a bunch of breweries that definitely celebrate that. I want to say that Vine Street Pub or Vine Street Brewery there on, what is that, 17th and Vine?
Yeah, I was going to say the 17th.
Yeah, they usually have like a really good thing for Stout Month. So I highly recommend checking them out.
Yeah.
To be honest with you guys, I did not check to see if they're actually doing something this year, but I highly doubt that they wouldn't be. They've done something every year for Stout Month.
I believe that you were going to the
More than likely. See, I need that belief. I do. So again, I think that concludes our brewery segment of the Sesh Connection. So moving on to our second half of the show, where we chat about my second favorite industry love, the cannabis industry. So joining me again, of course, Brandy. Brandy, you work in this industry as well. You are a manager or a bud tender? Well, you were a manager. You were a bud
manager.
There you go.
I
Talk to us.
started in the cannabis industry in 2006. I had to sit down. I looked at but that's not what we did before. So they had to sit down and do zoning laws, building. Our dispensary was in a mixed residential commercial. And so, unfortunately, my grandfather, I don't know, me and the other owners didn't have the mental energy to find another location. And then owning a dispensary is
a lot of work.
There's a lot of work. Not only do you have to manage a business and make sure your employees come, that's half the battle.
It is.
You also have to manage law and legislation. And I was one of the original engineers. So me personally, I was just when we shut down with the zoning, I was like,
it's a blessing in disguise. Yeah.
I'd much rather work at dispensary
Yeah.
And so I've been in the business since like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so I was at medicine in 7 years.
Yeah. You were at DKC for a little bit,
Yeah, I was
and
at
yeah.
3 years, and now I'm at University,
Awesome.
which I started at the end of 2023. That is supposed to be it. One 1056 South Quebec Street or 105.
Okay. So you're over by you're near Shorty's,
Yes.
the bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know me. If you know anything about me, I'm going to go to the bar after dinner.
Absolutely. You got to have a drink after dealing with
Yes.
customers. You guys, come on. We all know this.
Oh,
Anybody
I
that works in
love the
customer
customers. I love the
service.
diversity. Oh,
Diversity
But-
isn't the problem with customer
beer.
service. Let me tell you, the problem with customer service is the customer. Oh, good Lord.
Yes.
You know, guys, I always bring this up. I kid you not. Like, back in the day, just do me a favor. At the end of the day, respect your bud tender. If this were 10, 15, 20 years ago, you'd be dealing with somebody in the alleyway that if you told them that you were unhappy with the eighth you got, they certainly wouldn't be, oh, hold on, let me see where your receipt is and let me get your money back. I'm pretty sure they're reaching in the back pocket for something else, something metal, something with a trigger.
So many times when I deal with patients, like, this is all you have? I'm like, sir, or madam.
It's not all
we
I have.
25 different strains of marijuana. What? You spoil the entirely. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. If you're mad that you don't like the 23 different strains that we have, then
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. There are people that come in and they expect you to give them every handout possible. There was a time that I had a customer that wanted to know why we didn't have our old special up.
yeah.
And I said, well, demand has skyrocketed, so you just saw it happen, so we raised the prices to accommodate.
Yeah.
And they literally said to me, they said, okay, I'm good. So they left. When they came back in, they said, well, what about this coupon you have? Well, sweetheart, it's not my job to tell you what deal you can have to save at my store. At the end of the day, we want you to pay full price. I'm not going to tell you how to discount yourself, and I'm certainly not going to tell you how to do that in front of 2 managers and a GM.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like getting my ass chewed out, so I took the higher ground. But at the end of the day, guys, just respect your bud tender. Be happy with the deals that you get. If none of this were happening here and we couldn't go to a dispensary, you would still be calling up your boy at 11 o'clock at night, hoping they have something left so that you're not waiting 3 days for them to re-up. Was that the words we used back in the day? I got nothing now, man. It's dry. I got to re-up.
Or not even
Pretty sure I remember those words. Yeah. So, be kind to your bud tender. Tip when you can. Tip when when you have the extra. I get it. When you don't, we also get it. But Jesus, if you just walk in and say, all I got is $20, and I say, well, I've got something for 15. Well, what else can I get for $5?
You get what you pay for.
How about you take the 15, you get $5 in ones, you give us one, and you spend $4 on an ice cream cone. I don't care. Go to 7-Eleven and get a hot dog with your $4, but give your bud tender one. Like, holy smokes. But hey, that's just me, Libra. The scales.
Balance.
So I think so. We'll get on to it. I do apologize, guys. We're just having a lot of fun over here. It's good to have somebody with me on my show. I enjoy that, obviously. You're so welcome, absolutely. So it looks like the first thing we're actually going to review today is going to be Oleo, and it is their prismatic meringue. It is a live rosin half-gram cart. So, guys, cross strains on here is going to be strawberries and cream and rainbow guava, as well as, what is that, lemon cake? I like lemon. Yeah. So, Lemoon, lemon.
So I'm going to assume based on those cream dots. But
Yeah.
the first two are the last one is stuff. So I'm going to expect it is
A really good question, Brandy. You know what? It's live rosin. Going with that.
It's going to be a hybrid down the middle.
Wow.
So it's not going to be
Gotcha. So yeah, half gram, 76% THC.
Oh, and then Oleo's graphics. Freaking cool.
Yes.
So if you go on their website, you can order some of their gear, like your hoodie or t-shirt.
Yeah.
They have the stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's one of the favorites. Oleo's definitely one of my favorites.
Okay. I took these off early. I'm leaving them on and showing you all something first. Whether you have a disposable or whether you have a cartridge, please stop being stupid. When you call us up and say, this isn't working, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say something.
Yes, there's
Did
two
you
seals
take the
to
rubber
take off.
seal off? I'm going to say that first. The second thing I'm going to say is once you screwed your 510 thread into your 510 battery, did you press the button 5 times to turn it on?
So question, Oleo makes no battery.
No.
But, no, they do make
Oh,
batteries.
okay. Yes, they do.
But if you don't have an Oleo battery, I know sometimes the 5 threads threading isn't
Right.
theoretically.
Right.
What battery are you using?
I am actually using a battery that was given to me by a BA that I was at the grand opening of Morrison Gardens the other day on Saturday.
Okay.
And so there were a bunch of BAs there that I've worked with in the past that I know. And one of the BAs from Taste Buds had given me a free battery.
Okay.
So
And it's compatible.
it is compatible.
Okay, yeah.
The battery itself. And she's right. There are times that a 510 threaded battery does not necessarily work with the 510 cart. It is a very rare time, but it does happen. But majority of them do. Most of your bud tenders should be able to tell you right off the bat whether or not it's going to be compatible with the battery you're looking at getting, because that is a thing. And sometimes people will buy something like an Oleo cart and have a 510 thread, and they're like, "What do I do?
Yeah.
Get your money back, or hope for the best, or buy the battery?"
Sometimes, too, to troubleshoot.
Yeah.
If you take a sip of rubbing alcohol and swab it, and then swab the cartridge, this should help.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's sort of like something I'm not.
And then also, guys, again, the other thing that we constantly get as bud tenders is, people will come back and it's clogged. Okay, if you think that we all as bud tenders just naturally don't deal with that ourselves, we do. We find a way around it most of the time, and that literally means suck.
That'll help.
Like your life
spouse.
depended on it. Suck. Like you're entertaining your spouse, your significant other. Suck.
And oftentimes too, if the battery has a heating mechanism, most of the time there's 5 clicks to turn on, turn off. 2 clicks to heat it, 3 clicks to change, to adjust it.
Yeah.
If you adjust it to a higher, but don't keep it for higher for very long, because sometimes that's
Exactly.
that helps the cause.
That too. Please listen to all of these things, guys, because this will prevent you walking into a store and be, I don't know what to do. I want my money back. Well,
And
first of all, you'll
keep it
never
worth
get it
it.
back. Yeah, you're not getting your money back.
We
They'll
can't
tell
put
you to
the
keep
laws.
it. Yeah.
No, it's not worth it.
So,
It's just state laws.
yeah. In fact, when you think about it, we can't even take the item back. So you get to keep that quote unquote clog thing that we're telling you is easy to unclog if you suck. We're telling you how easy it is to get that to stop happening. So just take our advice when we tell you how to manage things a little bit better. It really does work. It really does help. So we're not here to BS you. There's no reason for us to. She does advocate for it.
And you'll get the
You'll get the weed out, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. You want to get the weed out, so you're gonna suck. So anyway, so we did our five hits, and that turned it on, and we're on green. I personally do like to stay at green. It's my
green,
thing.
the lowest
Green
setting.
is the high.
Oh, it's a high. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. All in all, I like to keep it at green. Green just seems like the magic color. It's the color of weed.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I always keep it out green. I don't care.
Red represents anger. Are you mad? That's fair. That's fair. So you know what? I'm gonna let you hit this first. I'm gonna drop it on the floor first, and then I'm gonna let you hit it. So while she's doing that, I'll actually give you a little bit about Dab Oleo. It's Dab Oleo. It's not just Oleo, but they've been extracting since like early 2012. They use second press methods for their rosin extraction, which some people actually feel is like a less tasty or even like a a darker look. But Oleo feels very strongly that the method behind what they're actually doing adds more potency and actually adds more flavor to their product. So
elaborate.
So literally what they're doing is they're using the press method, heat, pressure, water. They're pressing out the rosin, and then whatever's left, that little bits of like golden goodness, they're repressing that back in and taking that whatever's left. So they're literally using every part of the plant to that point. So that second press is taking whatever's left over and repressing it to get to pull out more. So they look at it as getting more out of it and more potency and flavor, whereas a lot of companies look at it and say, "Ooh, no, I don't want to do that." Flavor-wise, guys, Oleo is a top brand product, so I really there's definitely something good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And not.
And they usually do. Yeah, they do like contests for that too.
Yeah. Check them out. Go to their website. They'll show you a calendar of things.
So, all right. So I get a really interesting clean flavor on the back end.
It's not hard.
Mm-mm.
It's I didn't cough.
Nope. Yeah, me neither. And you guys. Right there. So no, I really do like that. It has it's a smooth flavor profile to it. Prismatic meringue. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think Oleo might be onto something with that second press, people. So maybe don't push so bad that it's a bad thing. It might actually be a good thing because so far it's working really well for them.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but my suspicion is the strain that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The women. I could be wrong, but I definitely think.
Okay. Well, I definitely taste some lemon in there. There's absolutely something like a cheesy diesel on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, interesting.
Oh, and then this brand is sold at my dispensary at Green and San Francisco.
Yes.
So if you are in the high, the right, I don't know how to
2615.
2615. They're right next to Savant. If you're in my area, South Denver, across the best, we also carry Oleo.
It's okay. Different area. Absolutely. Trust me, we are cheap in our area, and we don't mean cheap in a bad way, and you don't mean cheap in a bad way.
Inexpensive.
Great bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, people. The next thing we are going to taste today is going to be High Fuel's Sub-Zero number 10.
Also, this brand is pretty awesome. If you're into curing, they cure really well. They do not, you can tell their last flushing. They don't, which is a good thing. They probably fertilize, during the flowering, or the veg stage. But the flowering stage is definitely.
No shit. Absolutely. I know, I do too. I really do. It's a 21%er. It's a hybrid. It's a combination of Super Boof and Oreos. And before we get into High Fuel itself, the taste and everything about that, let's just go over the fact that I got some really great flavor profiles. I talked to Chris, your old coworker, my coworker. I love the way that he gives a description of cannabis. So in speaking with him about Sub-Zero, which I absolutely love, I asked him to give me a little bit more of his take on some flavor profiles for it. So, he said specifically that Super Boof is known for that clementine kind of taste. So the Oreos is
Dream.
Yeah, the Sub-Zero has the Super Boof and Oreos as strains. So so the Super Boof more clementine. The Oreos is more of like a sweet, herbaceous, slightly creamy taste to it. And then the cross strains on an Oreo is Secret Weapon and Cookies and Cream. So again, that's where that creaminess comes from. So your overall taste on Sub-Zero becomes more like an orange cream. So
orange cream with sativa.
I feel that way just based on the certain strain in the Oreos that leans a little sativa. So I would say even though it's a hybrid, you might get more hints of sativa in there. But for me, I feel as though I don't really go by indica sativa hybrid anymore. I go by the smell and then let my body kind of decide, am I going to sleep today or am I going to go pass out today or wake up and do shit? Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, if you just drink yourself a Red Bull and, you know what, a little cocaine and some weed, and you're definitely going to lean sativa, people. All right? Not a problem. You'll be awake forever. You want to be creative. You just...
There you go.
Snow-capped mountain on top of your pipe today. Oh, my God. So yes, I mean, you know, many people say that it's better to smoke it best rolled up to get that continuous burn, and that's probably the best way to smoke Sub-Zero. However, we will smoke it differently today. So when I first tried high fuel, I was actually at an event being held by Ollie, who's actually, he runs those Sesh nights. Okay, I've talked about him in the past.
Yes.
He runs so many different really cool events. The specific event that I was at was I was running a booth for high-grade syrup, and I believe it was a drag bingo event that I was at. I believe he was holding a drag bingo event. Anyway, they gave me, the people at High Fuel gave me a pre-roll of lemon rosé. Or is it lemon rose? It's either lemon rose or lemon rosé. All in all, oh, it's so good. It's so potent. It's so stinky, so stenchy. Yeah. Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was super stinky. It was good. Like the packaging is eye-catching. You guys see this? Like it makes you either want to have a high C or you want to smoke some high fuel. Yes, or both. Absolutely. So yeah, so I started seeing the company at more dispos on the shelf, and I was like, okay, this company's coming up. Like this is going to be great. And I know you're looking at something like a pre-weighed package, and you're saying it's sealed, it's a pre-weigh, and typically, sealed stuff it's not really good. I get it. I broke the seal on this. I'm really sorry. But let me tell you, this flower, it's still fresh.
Yeah.
It's still soft. It's sticky. It's depending on how you plan to smoke it. Could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Patients also request it, even though it is sealed.
Yeah.
So that's not.
I mean, yeah. When it comes down to it, I can tell you what it is not for a sealed freeway.
Yeah.
It is not dry as balls. It's crumbly to the touch. I don't have to worry about sticky things, like things in the grinder. It doesn't get stuck in there.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it not lighting very well.
So dry where
this
so
is
if
a
you're
great.
smoker,
Yeah. I mean, you're not breaking it open and accidentally. Oh my God! I accidentally squeezed it, and then you're opening up a bag of heat.
Yeah.
And there are some companies out there that I have spoken of that I absolutely can't stand the fact that you boast being a top tier company, and it's dust.
Do better.
Do better. For the love of God, do better. We just want to smoke good pot. I don't want to pay $50 for an eighth of heat.
Yeah.
I can get that on my own. It's not a problem. So yeah, do better. Do like high fuel. So all in all, Brandy. Okay, you brought with you your special bong for us to smoke out of today. Yes. So no Leela pipe today, you guys. No Leela pipe today. Instead, Brandy, show us what you got there. It looks like, look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Oh, now see, I was worried. I thought we had to actually thumb the weed into the scrotal rafe, or is it pronounced rafey, of the bong? So I'm glad that we don't, because I feel like people are watching this and being like, oh, please don't squeeze that area. And they're like jumping in their own chair. Oh God, please don't. Yeah. So.
And I got this pipe from iSite.com.
Nice.
It's an internet water pipe site. And they're really
nice.
Like this pipe I 4444. So if that's your ankle, that's it.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna light this now. All right.
We'll see how it goes.
Don't worry. I know that, we're right here at this delicate area that we're lighting, gentlemen.
And I don't think that.
Oh, that's lovely. And I mean from scrote to tip. That's really great tasting. We're talking about the weed, people. Jesus, get your heads out of the gutter. That is the tip. Oh my, that's delicious.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
No,
There was cream in there?
No, no.
No, that was that. You know what? It actually does have a bit of a creamy end to it on that back end. It's not like it goes down harsh. There's still a creaminess. You can still taste everything in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's definitely on the roof of your mouth. Absolutely. And I swear we are still talking about the weed.
It's good effort.
Yeah. Really good strain. Really good strain. Really good. Thank you for sharing your dick and balls with us. Or dick and bong with us. I appreciate it. That was very nice. So, what are your thoughts, Sub-Zero?
Well, I think this is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. Whenever I smoke Oreos, it always gives me like.
See, but I understand what Chris is saying with that creaminess. That's where I get that. But
that's the creaminess from the Oreos.
Now, yeah, but like I don't necessarily taste that clementine kind of citrus. There's a slight, but there's nothing that's
diesel or like. I taste more. That's what I was wondering. I don't know if the super blue, but I'm wondering.
I feel like High Fuel uses a lot of superboost to cross with stuff that they made because of that tasty clementine, which is fine. I mean, it's a great strain.
It's probably good feel though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it is a hybrid. It is a hybrid. What did I say, 21%? Yes. So, one of the things that we're going to taste on here that I saved for kind of last here-ish is we have a Binsk. It is Binsk, not Binsky. It is Binsk. Please, for the love of God and all that's holy, don't make a fuel of yourself at a dispo. It is Binsk. So anyway, we are doing their Peruvian chocolate raspberry distillate chocolate bar. It is actually 68% Peruvian chocolate. It is a 100 milligram bar. I have already delved into this, people, so, call it a day.
And then also,
oh, really? No, I did not know that. That's fantastic.
And they also have really cool graphics.
Yeah, they do. Their website is very interesting. Interesting, not informative.
No.
That's how I would feel. Yeah. Really awesome artwork. I agree 100%. But I kind of felt like I wanted more information that they were willing to give on the chocolate bar, and I didn't feel like they gave that, which is fine because we're going to make our own decision and we're going to talk about it ourselves and get our own kind of feel from it. But it would be nice to kind of get that kind of information as well from the company itself.
Yeah, because it's amazing to know.
Yeah.
They specialize in different things.
Sure.
They should brag about it.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, give yourself the opportunity to brag. Yes.
For
the love of God.
Yeah.
All right. So each one of these, like I said, 100 milligram bar, 10 milligram pieces. So one for you, one for me. Like I said, this is the raspberry one. It is a dark chocolate.
Okay. So ladies, raspberry dark chocolate is good for.
Ladies, hear that? Okay. So I'm a dark chocolate fanatic, so I'm loving that. Great bitter notes in there. Sweet, good bitter notes. Like in a good way.
Not like if you guys aren't into dark chocolate, it's not like the type that sugar.
No. For that matter too, those little freeze-dried pieces of raspberry in there are really good. They get a little caught up in the teeth a little bit, kind of a little pokey, but other than that, when they start to dehydrate in your mouth, or rehydrate, I should say, it's a really great taste that it leaves back there. I really like that raspberry flavor. I like that it's real freeze-dried raspberries. You know what I mean? It's not a fake extract of some sort. It's natural. It's good.
It's sparkly.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. You know, I was talking with a coworker earlier, actually, about people that unfortunately veer away from things like that are labeled as a 2.5. So the microdosing of like little pieces of something, like Joy Bombs for that matter, or like the mints that people have.
Yeah, but because then you can eat more.
Yeah, I like the fact that you're able to eat more, because I don't look at a chocolate bar like this and like, oh, I'm just gonna have one piece and call it a day.
I know who does
Who
that.
the hell goes?
You know what?
Yeah. That can. That's good self-control. Yeah. Hell no. If you go to Wawa, and yes, I'm going to say Wawa, even though I'm a Coloradan right now. Wawa is an East Coast place, people, and I do love it. So I'm just going to give them a shout out. If you go to Wawa and you get a chocolate bar, you get yourself a Hershey's with almonds. I don't care what it is, or buy some peanut chews. Another East Coast thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, buy yourself some. I love me some peanuts. But you can find them at Five Below. People don't even. I can get them at Five Below. But I mean, you're not buying a chocolate bar and be like, oh, I'm gonna savor this all day. No, you bought that chocolate bar because you're eating it right then and there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are not like, oh, you know what? It's a hot day. I'm gonna let this just melt in my purse or back pocket. No, you're eating the whole thing. So yes. 2.5 mils on things are awesome. Don't get me wrong, we love your chocolate bar. It is really tasty. I do like it, but you all know we're gonna eat the whole goddamn thing. You know we are. There's no one square and I'm done. Gwyneth Paltrow has that kind of self-control, and it's probably not even a chocolate bar. It's probably just goop in a packet. Like not having it. So at the end of the day, 2.5 are good too. Enjoy some of that stuff. A lot of stuff is in that way. Some gummies are that way. Some little hardtack candy pieces are that way, and they're all infused. Grab them by the handful. At least you know you can eat more.
Yeah. Especially the baby.
Right. Right. Anyway, all right. So sorry about that, people. So I like the dark chocolate. It's tempered. It tastes really great like that. Little crunchy pieces. The onset, though. So they say the onset takes anywhere from 20 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Found that to be a little long. Maybe it's because you want to eat the whole chocolate bar. Sure. But I know that for me, and we all know this, that a lot of times I can only really judge an edible by its taste. Because they don't necessarily work for me. So for me, I was actually feeling something after 20 milligrams for myself. I was feeling something after about 45 minutes. And it was more along the lines of I got very creative. I was able to write my stuff up for this show. And then just kind of went away. So I said, I feel like I got a little bit of a sativa from it.
Yeah. You didn't get drowsy?
Yeah, no, I didn't really get drowsy at all. I got a little bit of work done.
How about munchies?
Didn't really get much. No.
Which is definitely
a good thing.
But no.
Yeah. I think that if anything, I could enjoy this just even taste-wise, maybe in my coffee.
That's what I was thinking.
Right? Or like break it up into like a little bowl of ice cream or something, and maybe just make your ice cream more flavorful.
Do you think it would be good?
I think so, yeah, because you probably like want to focus more, and that's what I felt with like for at least a little portion of that time, I was a little bit more focused. So yeah, I would definitely say that that's a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some upcoming cannabis events are coming up.
Yeah. Well, they
yes.
have to pop up tomorrow. They are doing higher grade. The 38.
Oh, okay. Okay, 38.
Yeah, 38.
Okay, yeah.
Recorded. And then if that's kind of we're gonna do the next day another higher grade on the Zoom.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that address is really fun.
Oleo pop-ups, guys. They got some really good swag too. You get over there, probably the Dispo obviously is going to be having some sort of a deal where you purchase one of their products, you can probably get a discount there, and then pick up some swag. And a t-shirt.
They have really good graphics.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
go over there. They're great.
Nice. All right. We did kick off the Valentine's Day giveaway on the gram this past week. So head on over to the Instagram page at _sesh_connection. Like and follow the page and follow the instructions on the post on how to participate. It is 21 and up, and this time around, you do need to be a Colorado resident. I do promise that we will have some different giveaways where we'll mail the prize out to whomever. But when it comes to events and things here that we can only do in the state, I do apologize, but Coloradans, this is all open for you. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet for Sensi Night Winter Edition, get online and purchase. It's January 25th at 7 o'clock, so it's this week, and it is an industry night. So those of you in the bud tending field, ask your managers about it. They should have the idea of how to get you some Sensi Night tickets. Again, I just don't want to give that information out without their permission, so I do know that it is existing, and if you are a friend, family, or member on Sensi and is following them or part of their newsletter, you should have found out that information by now. Terps and Glass, April 6th. You guys, they announced this past week, Izzy Blaze is actually going to be there, and she's going to be one of the judges. She's very well known here in Colorado. We've all been to many of her birthday bashes. Super excited to have her back in Colorado for that day. That's going to be awesome. DM tickets, DM Ollie for those tickets. They're available at Ollie 710. That's all spelled out, OLISEVENTEN, and that's on the Instagram. Or you can email them at Ollie 710. That's OLI 710 at iCloud.com for tickets. Definitely get those, you guys. Also, again, January is CBD month. Know the facts about the benefits of CBD last week. I really couldn't give you too much info. I just wanted to let you know that it was January, that was CBD month. But there are many, many uses, including pain management, restful sleep. It also is effective in treating many different health issues. It's 0 THC in there, although it does come in many different forms as well. You can get it in lotions, tinctures, foods, carbonated drinks, vapes. There's a friend of mine who runs the company Canna Queen, the seltzer company, and it's Queen Kitty Seltzer. I'm sorry, it's Queen Kitty Seltzer. I said Canna Queen. It's Queen Kitty Seltzer, and they do this awesome CBD seltzer. Yeah. Kid you not, I think their saying is no yak on the back, and it's because really when you drink a CBD drink, sometimes you get that disgusting little flavor on the back. Dude, I have tried every one of their drinks. Yeah. Every single one of them is just absolutely clean, crisp, really decent flavor. Like, I absolutely love them. If you find them, people definitely get them, pull them up. I think they've got like 4, maybe 5 different flavors at this point in time, and each one of them is super delicious. You don't even taste that there's a CBD in there. Oh yeah, no, it's super good. But yeah, like I said, I mean, they come in carbonated drinks, they come in food, they come in vape pens. You can get stuff even if you wanted that THC in there. There's stuff in your dispos that are like 2-to-1s, 20-to-1s. We're going to have Chad from Wana here next week that has different, gummies that actually have some CBD options in them with that THC, and we'll talk about that. So, again, celebrate January CBD month, get some CBD, go to your doctor, talk about the benefits of it. I guarantee if they're not asking you to get something with the THC, they're going to say, try CBD. That's if they're not filling out a prescription already for you of something else, right? So as I said before, guys, next week our guest is Chad from Wana. We're discussing gummies and what Wana's going to be up to in 2024. He's even going to join us for some beer segment stuff as well. We're going to review an IPA probably with him. For those of you that have been nail-biting edge of your seat, waiting for me to get off my Pilsner review, finally, somebody will review an IPA. So we're also going to announce our Valentine's Day Edibles calendar winner as well. And of course, we're going to announce our next giveaway. Tune in next week, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, as we pick a whole new brewery to visit, a new import destination, of course, and also a new can of product to review. I want to thank our guest, Brandy, of course, for helping out to review some tasty brews and sample some incredible products with us. Is there anything else you want to talk to us about? No?
No, I had a fun time. Great show.
Don't you own a clothing company, my friend? Ooh, I better hear a plug.
Yes, I do. I own Downtown City 1995. And also I do pick up little habits, and then I'm not. So this time, yes.
Fantastic. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, she really does make really cool clothing. So you really have to check out her stuff. Like she said, Instagram, Etsy, where else?
eBay.
Ebbe. She is on the Ebbe.
Yeah.
So awesome. I am so glad that you came out here. I promise by the time you guys come back, we'll have Austria scratched off on here, and we will visit someplace new. We're getting there. There's a lot of places scratched off. So again, I'm your host, Tracy Valentine. Thanks for watching another episode of the Sesh Connection, and we'll see you next week. Later.